You're avoidantly attached. You're afraid to feel things. Pussy.
Hi, welcome to Name a Dirt Sheet, a wrestling adjacent podcast. So this is a new thing. Man, I'm so awkward. It's not my forte. Like, starting a show. Meaning an intro as well as I don't know how to upload this onto anything except YouTube. So I've tried lots of times. I'm not good at it. Gotta accept your limitations sometimes. So hi. I guess let's just get into it. First show. I've been getting into Pathfinder a lot this year, which is a tabletop role playing game, like D&D, but I like the rule set better. It makes more sense to me. Not that anyone knows what I'm talking about or cares. So I've been lurking on TTRPG subreddits, not participating because somehow Reddit is worse than Twitter. It's just gross. I couldn't imagine telling someone that I don't know, I post on Reddit a lot. It feels weird coming out, you know what I mean? I don't enjoy it. But I'm on there looking for character builds because it's always good to have a backup in case your character gets eaten by a sea witch's giant shark or something. And there's a thread about how a certain monster in the game is a, quote, one-trick pony. And someone commented, well, if you're a one-trick pony, you better make sure it's a good trick that everyone likes. I say that to say this, that I am a one-trick pony. I did an episode of a Tokyo Joshi Pro preview podcast, and I'll be honest, I like doing it, but I didn't love it. And for some reason, probably an undiagnosed mental illness of some sort, I have a compulsion to tell people what I think about play fighting and have them validate my thoughts. It makes me feel good. So talking about Arisu Endo's booking and how they're cowards for not putting Toga or Himawari in the Princess Cup finals is a fun experience for me. But then I listen to it back when I edit it, and it just feels forced anytime I talk about actual wrestling. So I don't think that is my one trick, you know? But I recorded the second episode with Marcus of Final Wrestling Place, and we were previewing the Princess Cup finals, which they didn't put Toga or Himawari in because they're cowards. And I love talking to Marcus. Out of everyone on the soon-to-be-named network, I find that Marcus is both the most similar to me on a lot of things, but most polar opposite in a lot of ways. And I think it makes for a very enjoyable conversation. So it's great talking to him about whatever. But listening back on it, I noticed that whenever we talked about the actual show and the actual wrestlers, my heart wasn't in it. That's just not, what I don't love that. I like it. I just don't love it. But there was a part of the show where I was listening and I was like, that's what I really do love. And it's when we talked about Dustin Rhodes being so horny for a giant pair of boobs and a gun that he missed blatant transphobia and Islamophobia in the same post. So my one trick is talking about people talking about wrestling and wrestlers. I'm guessing a lot of people know I did a show covering wrestling Twitter bullshit for years. It was a great time. It was loved by dozens, and to be honest, I do miss parts of it. Now, I would absolutely never bring that show back for free, but I'd like to be able to talk about wrestling Twitter bullshit without having to actually interact with wrestling Twitter bullshit, because the Twitter from even 5 years ago is dead. People talk about how you can't talk about wrestling on Twitter like you could in the message boards of the 2000s, but you also can't talk about wrestling on Twitter like you could half a decade ago. It's more tribalistic, which I think we all know. Now, while that makes for great entertainment, if you're just watching it, actually attempting to participate in discourse is a fucking nightmare. The WWE and AEW 5 years ago are not in any way the same company as they are today. AEW isn't at the level it was in 2021 when my boy Phil was there riding high. And if you bring this up, AEW fans get very defensive about it. Because, that's what social media is made to do. The worst parts of fandom take criticism of the company as criticism of themselves. And I don't know why. It's a weird parasocial relationship that a lot of wrestling fans have with billion-dollar companies. But it's also in the same way that the WWE of 5 years ago is literally dead. It's now owned by a sports content conglomerate that has financial ties to the most corrupt and evil presidential administration of most of our lifetimes. And when you point this out, WWE fandom will be in your mentions telling you how you're blowing out a lot of proportion and how you're a complete fucking moron. The point being, it sucks most of the time to talk about wrestling on Twitter. It sucks. It sucks talking in a space where I get told things about how I'm overreacting, about, Linda McMahon. Or I'm a moron for pointing out that there's sold quite a few less tickets to Wembley every time they go there, This, along with the basic transphobic Nazi bullshit you see on the regular on Twitter, makes it less enjoyable than it's ever been. I genuinely do not enjoy interacting with most of the people on that app, and whether it's my meds working or just getting old, but I don't find it enjoyable to tell morons how they're being morons, especially when the morons are so empowered that there's no convincing them of basic truth and logic. It's like dealing with Taryn, but with none of the fun of laughing at her. It's just enraging at times. Now, I'm not going as far as to say Dustin Rhodes. I'm quitting Twitter, which, trust me, we're going to get to. I'm just going to look at it like I do anything in my life that I'm like, I should do less of that. It's a soft goal. It's like cocaine. That's a thing I enjoyed, and I have to cut out of my life because it's bad for my meds. It is bad for me. Shout out to the Stink Sheet Discord if you've ever seen me have a manic episode. But I feel like if I'm never doing that again, that puts a lot of pressure on me when I inevitably will because I'm a fuck up. So, yeah, I'm gonna try not to argue with people on Twitter because it's not fun for me. But yeah, at points I'm gonna Inside Baseball. After writing the script, I got into it with Taryn last night, it's been a minute and I felt good. But like I'm saying, I'm gonna try. Just like I'm gonna try my best to not snort cocaine. But both are a compulsion at times, and I don't have a lot of willpower in some situations. But I'm gonna do my best to avoid discourse on there. That's what I'm going to use this podcast for instead, is just talking about what I would talk about on Twitter, but without the ability of anyone that I don't want to talk to talking to me back, But this podcast will be much in the spirit of History of Power Rangers, and will have no set schedule. The episodes will be done when they're done and released when they're done. Because sometimes I don't know, sometimes shit doesn't happen. We had a forced topic sometimes in PVD and talk about some stupid shit just because we gotta have a topic. And I don't want to do that. So if something comes up, I'll do it. But this ain't gonna be a weekly thing. I wouldn't count on that. Which I don't think shocks anybody. But yeah, I'm gonna use this show to talk about my feelings on things on Twitter that I think would be awful to engage in. On the actual app itself. So the first episode is going to be talking about conservative old men in wrestling. It's a passion of mine. Very well versed in it. Dustin Rhodes and Drake words, clearly. The offender's apology does not require the victim's forgiveness. The victim is never under an obligation to forgive. Forgiveness is a gift, and the gift cannot be demanded as a matter of right. Charles Griswold in Forgiveness, a philosophical exploration. Two biggest topics last week on wrestling Twitter were Dustin Rhodes commenting on an Islamophobic tweet that featured a picture of a lady with an anti-trans shirt and some big old boobies under it, along with her emotional support pistol. It was almost like a parody of what you'd think a 60-year-old man from Texas would consider goon bait. Dustin left his thirsty comment, which was a heart emoji and hook'em horns, which I feel is not nearly as good as Jim Ross's cowboy smiley face. He left that for the lady and went on about his day. People saw this, and they got upset. Mustafa Ali tweeted, saying, "I respect you and your family immensely. You showing support to something like this is really disappointing." Dustin responded back to him, tweeting, "My apologies at Mustafa Ali _X. I'm not that person. Genuinely like the photo, did not read the caption, don't agree with that at all." And Ali replied, "I appreciate the apology. Please be careful about what anti-whatever rhetoric post. Normalizing it is dangerous for all of us. Be well, Dustin." So, Mustafa Ali has accepted Dustin Rhodes' apology. Also, Drake Younger debuted in GCW. Just quick background on Drake. Drake was a deathmatch wrestler in the 2000s, mostly for CZW. He was hired by the WWE as a referee. During this time as a referee for the WWE, became very much an alt-right weirdo chud. Many such cases. He was going to fight the demonic baby-eating Democrats, and would frequently post anti-Mexican and anti-trans posts on his Instagram stories, all under the guise of his religious expression. Once again, many such cases. Drake was reported to have little fits in Orlando about BLM protests and mask mandates during COVID. Drake was released from his WWE contract and ended up in Rob Black's rebooted XPW in a MAGA-themed group with Necro Butcher, who is now rechristened the MAGA Butcher. Many such... No, just one such case. It's just that one. He is the only one to... MAGA Butcher's the only one to do that. Last year, Drake gave an apology at a Juggalo Championship wrestling show. Wrestlers like Joey Janela have said he's a changed man now, talked about conversations that he's had, he regrets those things he said, and the beliefs he's had. And Drake apologized, and Joey and clearly Brett Lauderdale have accepted Drake's apology. But that's the thing about apologies, is that they don't have to be accepted. So, start with Dustin. Do I believe Dustin didn't see the Islamic words above the picture? Or do I believe he completely missed the anti-trans shirt? I mean, yeah, kinda. Like, he's old. I don't know. Old people are really bad at the internet. They're just the shits, you know? I mean, look at Facebook. My boss showed me a live-action Simpsons trailer, and I had to convince him it was AI and not really coming out. You know? These people are bad at this. So yeah, I kind of do believe that Dustin saw huge cans on some middle-aged lady with the added arousal of a gun and decided to horny reply a guy, I guess, yeah. I think the proof is in the fact that there is, as far as I can recall, never been any anti-Muslim bullshit that's come across Dustin Rhodes' Twitter likes, you know, when they were still visible, or like retweets or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I don't recall any. And the shirt, I don't know, Dustin's really vocal about support of the trans community, so I think he just, you know, saw jugs. He's kind of what I think actual libertarians what would it be? Like the closest thing, like genuinely seems to be a do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting anybody kind of dude. So, I mean, yeah, I forgive him for commenting on it. But for the actual comment of what it looked like that he supported, you know, I forgive him for that. I don't forgive him for being a 60-year-old reply guy. Stop it, Dustin. That's pathetic. You were motherfucking gold dust. Everybody knows that guy, you know? You're better than that. Go find yourself a huge jug single grandma the right way. In a bar. Now, Drake, I've been very, very outspoken on my opinion of Drake Younger. And about the bullshit that he would spout out, talking about him on PVD all the time. Like when Janela said Drake called him specifically to tell him not to believe what the news says about the Proud Boys. And about how one time he started an alt-right podcast Patreon that got 0 subs. This dude has said horrible shit about a community that I'm a part of, and he said horrible shit about groups that have people included in them that I love, you know? I genuinely think Drake is a piece of shit for that, or was, because I also believe in the fact that people can change. I don't know, the burden of proof's on him, though, I know that much. It's not on the public to accept a he's changed narrative. Like, giving $250 of his GCW payoff to an LGBTQ group in New Jersey is a nice start, but, like, I don't know, man. The fuck are you really doing? There's how many goddamn podcasts out there. You know, you don't think Sean Ross Sapp would drop everything he's doing to talk with Drake about his past and how he feels about things now? Seems like a really, really easy thing to get done. And that I don't have to accept a trust me bro from Brett and Joey. So, like, I'm not anti-Drake, but until I hear from him and hear him honestly talk about things like this, then I absolutely don't accept any apology. I don't care. I mean, I hope dude is doing better now. I hope he has changed, but, you know, burden of proof is on him. It's not that hard, man. Book yourself on a podcast. I don't know. Get out there. But at the end of the day, only one person's opinion on this matters, and that's Brett's. Brett's decided that he owes Drake. Brett posted about how when he was down bad in addiction, Drake helped him. Drake was there for him. Now he's going to be there for Drake. Wrestling Twitter is pretty overwhelmingly negative about all this, but it'll be interesting to see if that's just Twitter or if that's also GCW fans. I personally don't know any, so I'm not sure how actual GCW fans feel about this, but I think it'll be interesting or to read about because, you know, I'm not going to be watching. So now I'm going to go to, you know, me and Marcus from Final Wrestling Place talking about Dustin Rhodes and Drake Younger. Hey everybody, it's Ed from the future, yo, hi. So, you're gonna hear this in the part where I talk with Marcus, where it's gonna sound like audio issues and it's gonna sound like technical issues, and you're gonna think like, oh, how'd you fuck up the first episode, you idiot? And wow, you're really shitty at this. And wow, this sounds like Eric the actor's idol show. And I think those are hurtful comments. And I think you'll find actually that I care so much. And that's why it sounds like this. You see, I've recently been like reading about Grant Morrison and sigils, and then I made a sigil, and I was like, I just want the perfect audio setup for this interview portion with Marcus on my first episode because it's so important to me. And it turns out you can't use sigils that way, and that there is no such thing as perfection because everything is different to everybody else, you know what I mean? And that started to make a rip in the space-time continuum, and then Grant Morrison came and they yelled at me, and they brought other wizards, and a whole wizard council was here, and they were trying to close up the tear in the space-time continuum. And I just didn't really want to waste Marcus's time and reschedule, so I just powered through it, and it caused some issues somehow with what was going on. It's still happening, kind of, right now. It's off and on. Grant Morrison is pissed. I wanted to talk to them about Shade the Changing Room, and then they're so fucking mean and Scottish. But yeah, the second episode won't sound like this, I promise, because I'm not ever allowed to use sigils again.
What does it feel like?
You could know.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Okay, then win. Sit in the dark. You don't get to know.
We have Final Wrestling Place, Marcus.
Hey, that's me. I'm still Marcus. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I swooped and booped. I got you on this show this week.
Tim's gonna be hot because I couldn't record Sunday night, but I got time to record this.
Well, luckily, I don't even know if he'll know. I'm on a 12-hour Twitter.
Who'd you tell the often?
Dude, oh my god! So it's a tweet from June, like at the end of May, like it's from forever ago. I told somebody to drink bleach, and then I was just like, "That's crazy." And in another Discord I'm in, somebody was just like, "I just caught like a 12-hour ban from a thing from like 2 weeks ago." And I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "I wonder if like moderation is now cut." You know what I mean? Like if they just decided to work today. So I went to like my private like burner Twitter where I say some stuff that I knew. And yeah, I had to delete a tweet on there and I got a 12-hour ban. I was like, holy shit, Twitter moderation just decided today was the day.
That's bogus. I mean, we got like glass and popsicles. I think if you tell somebody to drink bleach, that's no longer like lethal. Like all of our food is lethal, so I think you should.
Well,
have
one of them was drink bleach, and one of them was I said I'd shove somebody into oncoming traffic. I don't remember which was which though. That's why I'm saying it's like, oh, when it's 12 hours, like I can't believe it. That means that's my first one on this account. Like I'm not used to that. Like I thought when I had to delete a tweet, it was like, oh fuck, it's a week. And it was like, oh, 12 hours. That's nothing. I can just go to bed. I don't know that I'm sure we'll get into it because we'll probably talk about Dustin Rhodes. I have feelings on Twitter. Like it is. I got these Minute Maid Zero Sugars, and they have what brand's tag title is this from WWE? It's the Circle one. It says World Tag Championship.
Circle World Tag. That's got to be Raw.
Okay, so there's on these Minute Maid Zero Sugars cans for some reason. It's just the World Tag Team title.
What flavor?
What's that about? Lemonade.
Lemonade, just for straight up lemonade. Okay. WWE did a I don't know. It's not a sponsorship, but I guess a collab, as the kids would say, with Minute Maid. So there's like Jey Uso juice out there.
Okay. Did they call it Jey Juiso?
No.
It would have been his own flavor. He could have helped make it. What flavors do you like, Jay? And then we would have sold it. It would have been a Minute Maid Jey Juiso. And I would have sold it at WrestleMania for like $10 a bottle. And it would have gone, you know what I mean? They would have instantly, boom. It would have been off of there.
For a company that loves money, I don't know sometimes.
Did you watch the G1?
I agree. I did.
I thought it was, listen, people are going to get mad because they seem to get mad when I refer to stuff as this. Like it's an insult, but it was fine. I liked it. It was enjoyable. Like, I don't think it was this blowaway thing that everybody, like I wasn't mad when it was done, but it was that thing I'll never think about again, probably.
It's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm on the other side where I thought it was a brilliant match, but I liked the brilliance of it in the fact that, this is a chance to dunk on WWE, right? So, like, you look at WWE, I don't know the last time you've seen, like, a Cody match, but, like, a Cody match looks like a Roman Reigns match. The problem with that is Cody Rhodes isn't Roman Reigns, right? Roman Reigns does the Roman Reigns match, and it works because he's Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes needs to find his own main event style. He doesn't, which is why Cody Rhodes matches feel super stale. I like that those guys didn't go out there and try to have an Okada match or a Kenny Omega match or whatever the previous generation of New Japan was. They went out there and had their style of main event match, and that worked. So I thought that was dope. I like that risk being taken by, honestly, like, from my understanding, like, kind of two upper mid-carders who, like, if they fail, like, I mean, I'm not super into New Japan, but, like, I know people are still dunking on Shota Umino for, like, stinking the joint out one year. So, like, you have, like, one shot to, like, hey, don't have a bad match. Actually have a great match. And it turns out to be, like, a super well-received match. I'm just, in my older age, I'm appreciative of risk being taken.
Best New Japan match I've seen in a while, for sure. But people are like, match of the year. And, like, I mean, I can't tell you you're wrong, but at the end of it, I was like, that was good. It was really good. Like those are both good wrestlers. Like, I like Yu Uemura a lot. I watched him in Impact, so, like, I'm way more familiar with him, but Rohit Iwa he's good.
I like that he's big.
Yeah, he's big. He's got big old arms.
He's big everything. He's just a big dude.
Who was I talking about having a honky-tonk career? Oh, Goldust. I said, well, maybe not now. I said if Goldust played just, like, if I could have any gimmick ever, if I could go back in time and they're like, you take this gimmick, it would be Goldust. Because if you play your cards right, you can do that till you're like 75 because of the makeup.
Oh, definitely.
And if you learned a honky match where you don't bump, you're set. You're literally set for life. If you're
I'm trying to think, like, his finish was like the Bulldog. He didn't even have like a real finish. He would, like, he just kick people in the nuts in the corner. That's it.
Exactly. You just kick them.
And, like, you don't even need to win with that. You could just, like, get rolled up and then, like, take the heel to the corner afterwards and then hit your finish. And then, like,
you can take a DQ loss every show. Just you kick the people in the balls and you're really they're happy, and then they come by your 8x10s. He fucked up. Dustin Rhodes fucked up so bad. Oh, he just saw those boobs in that gun, and he short circuited.
Could not help himself.
Dude, that's the thing.
Oh,
You know what? I could see that going either way. He is a very conservative. I could see that. You know what I mean? Him, like hell yeah. And I could also see him just being weird, horny, and only seeing a woman in her 50s with big boobs and a gun. I see both as equal options, and neither would shock me.
yeah. Did he read it? Yes. Did he process it? No. I don't believe he did. I believe he saw big jugs, tight t-shirt, and a gun.
He's very pro-trans, and that's the only reason I lean towards I might believe him, is because I don't think he would like that shirt, because he is very pro-trans, openly, very much.
Yeah, I just think he wants his right to shoot people and look at big boobs.
I think, yeah, he likes guns. He's a real weird guy. The chupacabra thing, training dogs to hunt chupacabra. Those aren't real,
I don't know
Dustin.
what-
Dustin,
Oh,
those aren't
God.
real. You didn't see 2 of those. Why do you say you saw 2 of them? You did not see 2 of them. Wild thing to claim.
He's legit been wrestling my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That there's not many wrestlers I could say that about. He has been wrestling my whole entire life.
He's got to be an AI guy, right? Gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Definitely.
There's no way. I saw Mark Zuckerberg be like, everybody's scared of AI, it's gonna take over, and that literally can't happen. We're the ones that process it. And it's like, dude, I ain't scared of AI because I think it's gonna take over. I'm scared of it because I watched Smart House growing up, and I think it'll fall in love with me, and then try to lock me in the house. You know what I mean? Remember that?
So
Remember Smart House?
I've never seen Smart House all the way through because so there is a window where my family moved, and in the move it was okay,
And we literally moved during.
we're gonna cut cost, and so I didn't have cable from 1997 to 2002. So
Never seen Smart House because we were moving, and I was in the middle of watching it, and they turned the TV off.
and they literally that was it. So there's a bunch of 90s movies that I've never seen. I'm pretty sure I saw it at my friend's house, but I was there to watch. I was like, hey, can we put wrestling on?
So my cousin was asking me about wrestling. He's like, yeah, I didn't start watching it until 97. He's like, really? But I was like, well, I was aware of it before then. I was like, but we didn't have cable till 97. So I was like, I wasn't really gonna watch fucking Superstars on Saturday mornings, not cartoons. Eat shit.
That's what I did. I just watched.
Why would I watch that?
I watched Worldwide and Jacked, or not Jacked. Well, Jacked went to syndication, but Shotgun Saturday Night. Those were the 2 that immediately went into syndication as soon as we moved. So that worked out. That's the only way I could keep up with wrestling.
I didn't even know those existed. My back neighbor was watching Raw one night during the summer. I was like, well, this is cool. And then we got cable. I was like, well, I guess I can watch this now. And then I watched Mankind Become Dude Love, and I said, well, I'm going to base my entire personality around all of this forever. This is...
Are you going to finish your story and meet McFoley again to be like, no, I was actually...
Yes, I'm going to say, if I meet him, I'm going to say the exact same thing.
Okay.
That
You
Dude
should.
Love is the reason I'm a pro wrestling fan.
You should.
Because it's not a lie. It's 1,000% true.
Yeah, his head seems to be maybe a little bit, I don't know if clearer is the right term, but less underwater than maybe it was before, so I don't know.
He also wasn't angry. It was dismissive. But it was instant dismissive. He was jovial beforehand, then he was just done.
Now, the time I met McFoley, it was right when Christian got super hot. So that's 2005.
Yeah, he's pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, he's good looking. He's a good looking guy. But the Captain Charisma shirt was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we were at an autograph signing, and Tim was wearing his Captain Charisma shirt, and somebody kind of teed up a question to Foley about oh, how about Christian? And Foley just went off for a good 10 minutes about how That company doesn't take any risks. That guy is money. They'll never use them. They're idiots. Like, just use them. Like, use them and beat them. He was like, you don't have to put the title on them. Just put them in the main event and beat them. Like, why wouldn't you just beat them and put them in the main event and make money? Like, take people's money. Yeah,
Because
he
Vince
was
doesn't want to
pretty
look at
hot.
his face. That's why. That's it. It was that simple. Vince doesn't want to look at his face. It's an audience of one. Every wrestling company is an audience of one. GCW is
That's so
proven it.
true.
You know what I mean?
So
like-
true.
Man, you know who wants Drake there? Brett, and that's all that matters. So
That's all, yeah.
don't watch. Don't watch. It's and I don't even mean like don't watch like fuck you. Like I ain't watching it. Like I think everybody knows where I stand on Drake words, but
I just, on the premise, I kind of can't believe that GCW is still like somewhat prominent in the year 2026. Just felt very like pre-pandemic-y wrestling. And then like pandemic happened, felt like, okay, we got to find something else.
yeah, like
We
okay,
can't
we
keep
did
doing
that.
this.
But
We can't
I
keep
mean,
doing
like yeah, look, we got Beyond out of here. You know what I mean? Like nobody cares about Beyond anymore.
So
So
what's next?
yeah.
It could have been produce.
it could have been
Could have been.
no longer.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know the whole Drake thing. I was like, I don't know. It's GCW. I don't like. I don't know.
Yeah. Also,
I don't know. People are like he's changed, and I was like, well, yeah, probably. Listen, it's not like a unheard of story of like, yeah, I lost my fucking mind because many such cases, I'm sure. But like at the same time, like I don't think wrestling is a job you're entitled to. And I don't know why you'd want to be places people don't want you. That's mostly what it comes down to. Is like if I came to my D&D group, right, and all of a sudden people are like, ugh. Everyone was like, "Oh God, oh what are you?" I would just not go there. like no one, like Drake, like why would he want to be? It just doesn't make any sense to me. The canceled wrestler thing just blows my mind. Like, no, it's wrestling. Just find a different thing. Like, it's they don't want you there, bud. Like,
Especially my thing's like the fans of GCW, like I don't understand their demographic necessarily. Like for those fans to get up in arms about Drake coming back.
is it their fans or is it people on Twitter?
You know what?
I don't know GCW fans. I'm
yeah,
literally asking. I don't know.
I don't either. So I guess I'm just
Like, I'll tell you what, nobody really bitched. I mean, they made jokes about him in Juggalo Championship Wrestling, but nobody really gave a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just a joke, like, oh, God, look at this guy's career. Is GCW doing that much better than JCW? That, like,
I don't
one
think
matters
so.
more than the other?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. like,
And
they're about-
I would think by definition the Juggalos are far more liberal than I think a GCW crowd would be.
Absolutely. Juggalos are good people. I compare them to furries. Furries at anime conventions, I don't necessarily want to hang out with them, but I'll tell you what, always the nicest people. Everyone I've ever met is so polite and so nice. Like,
In my interaction with the furries, yeah, they're very polite and forward people, and there's nothing wrong with putting.
and they really do. Like, I think one of my first cons I was talking about, like, they give me Juggalo energy. Like, Juggalos are people I'd never want to hang out with, but they're always really, anytime I do have to, they're always really nice. Like, I don't have any really, they're just Juggalos, you know? But I don't know, yeah. Brett said he owes Drake, so he's giving Drake a chance. So that's the end of it. That's it. That's it, everybody. If you don't like that, don't watch it. I'm not, if you, like, but I don't know. I getting all pissy about it on Twitter. I don't think it's fixing a lot. Me and Dustin Rhodes are quitting Twitter. Do you have anything to plug?
Final Wrestling Place over on the soon to be named network. Most episodes usually drop early Monday morning, but they're in the feed Monday morning with my best friend, Mr. Tim. I'm just a talent. Mr. Tim does all the hard work, and he's a talent as well. That's pretty much all the plugs for.
Dustin Rhodes is going to have a lot of time to train those dogs to hunt Chupacabra when he's fired and not on Twitter anymore.
just talking about you, and we actually decided that you don't realize pain is inevitable and suffering is optional enough for us. You don't really seem like you know that you have to crack the egg to get to the yolk.
Before I'm done on this episode, I just want to end this first one by saying a bit about Rover, you know? Obviously, the show's named after a Rover quote, and I was always Team Rover. Dude had an incredible knack for sniffing out bullshit, whether it's, you know, Louis Dangor, Brad Stutz, and also had an incredible amount of time and patience to constantly fuck with you if he thought you were annoying, like Taryn or Nick. Rover and me weren't, like, friends, I don't think. Like, he quote-tweeted VVD a few times, and we tweet back and forth. He DM'd me about my dog when he lost his leg. You know, I liked Rover. But also get if you didn't. Like, hating Rover and liking Rover make just as much sense to me. But here's how, like, I choose to think about Rover, you know, my little stoned brain. Just imagine there's this dude, and this dude has a very hyper-specific niche interest, and it's the same one you have, and every single day, for, like, over a decade, that dude would call you up or knock on your door and tell you a very funny joke about that very niche interest. And then you just dip, you know? I think you'd be stoked to see that guy. And now they don't get to see that guy anymore, man. That sucks. So, pour one out for Road Dogg. Talk shit about him. Because, you know, I think he'd dig that just as much as he'd dig, you know, being nice about him. And, Gabe, if you're listening, I don't think you had to delete that tweet about Rover, where it said that, you said he looked exactly how I thought he would. Because, let's be honest, we all thought the exact same thing. I want to thank Marcus of Final Wrestling Place for being on, and thanks to DJ from We Need Wrestling for doing the dope job on this logo that I had drawn up by JCP Designs. Bye for now.
You say go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away.